Hi guys, this is Michael from the Board Games Chronicle. Today I am with you with another exciting material. Uh, One thing which I would like to say first of all is on my blog and YouTube channel you can see various games, various materials, and various themes, of course. Usually these are from the more, you know, prominent wargame designers or wargame developers, producers, and publishers. However, sometimes we are looking at unexpected gems, which I'm finding across, the spectrum of the war games which are being published every year. And today is exactly such occasion. Today we'll be talking about the uh, Limits of Glory, which is kind of a series campaigns series of war games. And the first one is about Bonaparte's Eastern Empire by Andrew Rourke. This is published by Form Square Games. Andrew Rourke is also known by designing and developing the coalitions, which will be published by the Phalanx. And for the purpose of actually publishing this game, Bonaparte's Eastern Empire, he founded the Form Square Games company. Now, this game had a game found, if I'm not mistaken, a year ago, successful one. Yeah, this was a successful game found and a successful fulfillment. Here we have the final version of the game, and I would like to tell you a little more about it and also show the components, maybe a bit about the game mechanics. What would be the Bonaparte's Eastern Empire? How do you think? Yes, that's exactly his, let's say, journey to Egypt and 2 years which he spent there fighting the British, Mamelukes, Ottomans, and actually trying to conquer this country for his nation, for France. It's a game which is in essence two-player game, but there can be really well played also solo. You play as a friend, and the allies, because that's how we call them, are converging on you and trying to stop you. As you can see, the box is really nice, yellow, which you would expect from Egypt. Yeah, it shows the component, shows the map, a bit of a description. Made in the UK, yeah, this is a game which was published in UK. You can see the flags of main protagonists, France, England, Mamelukes and Ottomans, and then inside we have a lot of interesting goodies. As we will be going through the components and materials, I will be also explaining a bit the game mechanics. I believe this would be the best way to do. Let's open the box, and first thing which we see are the dice and maples here. So this will be used for the battles, but also for the actions. French, this will be allied ones. And here we'll have the markers for various game tracks. Nice. Wooden. Like it, I like it, yeah. Really nice. Nicely done. I believe there's also a version of the counters which can be used, but wooden maples are always nice looking stuff. So let me just take them aside a bit, because now we'll focus on one of the most important components, that is the rule book. So here's the rule book. This is nice paper, sturdy, glossy. It has around 40 pages, but don't be afraid. The 40 pages is a big font, nice pictures, a lot of examples. The rules are not overly complex, and I can guarantee this to you that the size of the rulebook really is to the advantage of the game, because it allows you to focus on a lot of interesting stuff. There is an intro, some definitions. A glossary is very short as for the wargame. Then you have information how to do the setup and about the components. Here we have French player, here we have the allied player. I'm trying to say British, but it's really allied player. There will be events here, there will be the battle and display here, and also the command charts for both sides. The important thing is, of course, the setup. But even more important is the victory. So French player Bonaparte, what he has to do? He has to get from France, land in Egypt, conquer all build-up areas, and if possible also have some savants reach the Valley of the Kings. The British player has to stop him from this and prevent this. If the two, let's say, key areas on the map, which we'll see in a moment, are of course Cairo and Alexandria, and if there is no automatic victory achieved by any of the sides, then they will be counting the victory points. This will be the symbol of victory points. I will show you on the map. This is very nice because it shows how much particular area is worth to particular nation. French, Mameluke, Ottomans, and the British. I believe that's the order. So, for example, if this space is controlled by the British and the French conquer it, they will lose 4 on the British side, and the French will gain 2. The key concept of the game are commanders and their glory. This game tries to actually factor luck and skills into the achievements of the commanders. So they will have some glory. This glory will allow them to re-roll the dice. So there will be a lot of dice rolling, but of course, thanks to the re-roll, a lot of success is expected, and usually 5 and 6 is success, 1, 2, 3, 4 will be the failures. Yeah, we have more information here, how to move, how the Bedouins are being set up. These are completely separate, yeah, from the rest of the forces. We have an invasion phase. We'll be trying to trick the British. There will be 3 starting spaces. Only one will have the navy. Then there is a disembarkment phase. As you can see, really nice pictures from the epoch. And that also means that, no, not full 40 pages of the text are here. Disembarkment table, depending on the situation, various things can happen. And then we have conquest phase. So event, clock, momentum, things which I will not be spending too much time today because this is not how to play, but components. And a bit of the game mechanics. How the combat is resolved on the combat chart, the strength infantry 1, cavalry 2, artillery 3. Yeah, example of the combat we have here. The uprisings which can happen, of course, against the French. How to resolve the sieges. Everywhere those nice graphics. Yeah, I really like them. Then we have Siege of Malta. Malta is a key island, even during these times, and yeah, it can give some victory points to the French and to the British. Bonaparte's return. If you manage to return Bonaparte to France, which is possible in this game, you will gain 9 points. For example, if you cannot reach the automatic victory, it might be more beneficial for you to simply try to retreat, as he historically did, and then his army surrendered to the French. Victory conditions, partial victory, tie, France total victory, allied total victory. This is nicely described here. Mamelukes can change the sides, and example of events. And that's the whole rule book. As you can see, 40 pages, but very well used, beautiful pictures, beautiful graphics, good font. It really helps to immerse yourself in the Egyptian story. Now we have 2 command charts. Let me tell you how does it work. It shows you how both sides are commanded. Of course, they have one overall commander, which is for British, Nelson for Navy, and Abercrombie for British Army. For Navy is Bruyès for French, and of course Bonaparte for the infantry. It shows you also the Mamelukes and the Ottomans, and the actual how to say, hierarchy is only in the British Army and Navy and British and the French Army and Navy. You can see it's like that. So what happens? It's Bonaparte who lands, and you need to call a roll for his glory. And then when he detaches those generals, for example, let me see, Bon, the Bon has also under his command another general. So when he detaches this general, he will have some glory. It will be 2 plus 3 die 6. And will be marking on the map where is the glory of particular generals. Each general will have 2 tokens, one which will be moving on the map and one which will be on the glory track. And glory track, as I told you, is the number of rerolls they can do or force the enemy to do. And so all those calculations show how to actually do it. These are the Navy commanders and these are also the Navy commanders. Okay, so commanders. Then we have the battle chart. By the way, it's nice, sturdy one. And yeah, it allows you to calculate the odds and the result later on. Let me just move it a bit so you can see it more clearly. Yeah, French with or without commander, all nations naval. You actually check it, roll for the hits and the results, which can be victory. One side scores more element hits. Element are pieces here. Loser breaks off and ends movement. Active player may attempt pursuit. I will not be going into details again of how to resolve it, but yeah, it's also pretty cool. Then we have events because during the Bonaparte's, let's say, trip to Egypt, there was a lot of events which will be happening depending on the part of the game, and of course some luck, some roll, which will tell us what happens. It could be revolt, it could be positive to French. Usually it will be positive to allies, but yeah, it's also something which will spice up the game and make it very replayable. Now we have the tokens. Let me just open it because I believe we would like to show you some of them. Let me take something to cut through the folio. Here it is. Here it is. So let us delicately open it and see what tokens we have in the game. There is, I would not say plenty, but some. Some is a good word. Okay, I see that during the transportation, some of the tokens already moved from the counters, but without any problems, you see, no nipples. Very nicely cut. These are actually the general. This is Toulon, because you will be, as I told you, choosing one of those 3 starting places to try to trick the British guys. Really nice counters. There are no nipples, they are pre-rounded. I like them. No counter clipping this time. Okay. What do we have here? Even more counters. Yeah, some of them already get out. Very nicely done. They are so easy to get them out from here. I will definitely take some storage solution for this. Cube for me, of course. But yeah, I'm astonished what a great quality of those counters we have here. We have another 2 times, and we will be using one to show where we have where we are starting. Okay, we should look at the map also. So now the time is to show you the map, guys. As a reminder, this is just an unboxing first look at. We don't fully explain all the rules, although I would love to play this game immediately when I'm looking at this. Okay, I believe it should fit nicely into the camera, which means the map is not overly large, should not use too much space, that's cool, and should be playable on most of the tables. And it's nice. colorful. What do we have here? Here will be the Allied player. Here will be most probably the French player. Here we have a border between Syria and Egypt. Here we have Malta, Gibraltar, Toulon, Genoa, and yeah, the third potential starting space for the fleet. Here is Nelson at the beginning. And what we can see, there are numbers. For example, Cairo 4, Giza 3, this is Rosetta, Alexandria. This means how many dice you will roll if you would like to do something starting in this space. Move, attack, other things. Their success is 5 or 6, as I told you. So it's pretty big success if you start here to do some movement or maybe some attack. But if you start here, it's a low probability, and you might need some of the rerolls. And for the rerolls, here we have both a glory track and victory points track, and you will be able simply to do it. This is to Upper Egypt, so this continues here to the Valley of the Kings. And you have also the victory points, which I told you. So this is initially controlled by the Allies. Don't know exactly whether these are British, Ottomans, or Mamelukes, but if they lose that amount of points, and if French conquer, they gain 2. Here would be the Mameluke setup, I believe. Here, the Ottomans. Ottomans will be in Syria, Mamelukes will be in Egypt. Here is a good example that this this area gives points only to the French, 6 points, if they bring savant here. Luxor is either French or Mameluke, so there's no need for the British to come here. These are build-up areas. These are cities, towns, villages. Yeah, and in order to win for the French, they should control all of them. Yep, beautiful map. Really like it. With thematic graphics, definitely. So guys, that will be all for today. I would like to stop the explanation and the presentation here. More content will come on how to play the game. I believe example of play, so teach and play would be the best way to show and present this game. I'm really curious to see this, and of course I will play it solo and then 2-player. The game is very nicely produced. The counters are simply fantastic. The theme is interesting. The approach to the game, so with push your luck approach and with all those glory points, yeah, really seems interesting. So that's all for today. That was Bonaparte's Eastern Empire by Andy Rourke, the first campaign in the Limits of Glory series. If you like this video, please kindly give thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like this, do not hesitate and subscribe to the channel so you are informed about all the latest updates. Also, should you have any questions or comments, feel free to use the section just below the video. That's all for today. Thank you for being with me, and thanks for watching.